What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dirty Degens. I'm your host, Josh, and this morning I've got a quick update video for you, mostly going over Bitcoin because there have been some big things happening. A lot of companies are accumulating, and some shocking things are going on as well with the Bitcoin supply. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Don't want to steal too much of you guys' time this morning, but as we can see right now, Bitcoin's hanging in there pretty good, 103K. We really want to see it get back up to like 105. That's when we'll start seeing some big liquidations happening. I think last time I looked, it was around like 50 mil or so of liquidations if we get back to that 105K level. So maybe we can get back there today. Maybe not. It's a little bit of a slow day, though. We do have some Fed stuff going on today, though. Mostly the three different presidents are speaking throughout the day. Two of them are already done. One speaks tonight. But tomorrow is going to be a little bit more of an important day, and it can definitely have some impact on markets because not only do we have PPI numbers and some other economic data, but we also have Powell speaking in the morning. So that tends to cause a bit of turbulence, especially since we've got Trump calling for Powell to lower the interest rates again. Now, Powell hasn't really been commenting on these things that Trump has said. He says he's not his boss, essentially. So probably won't say too much about it tomorrow. However, it's not looking like we'll be getting a rate cut in June either. Those probabilities keep on lowering. Now, again, this is all just probabilities. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but more often than not, whatever these probabilities say ends up being the result. Now, there are some crazy things because just yesterday we had CPI come out, right? And here's our CPI numbers, the different inflation readings. And when you go into the actual data, we can see that a lot of these numbers have actually come down. Obviously, I think there's a big asterisk on this because what's not included yet is the impact of tariffs. So I do think next month we're actually going to see a large CPI increase, which is definitely going to be good for Bitcoin because everybody is fleeing to Bitcoin as a store of value, not trading it like a tech stock anymore. So overall, it will be good, but it's bad that inflation's going up. But what else is bad is that the median income or for middle class is vastly going up, like crazy amount. This is why it's important to hold on to things that accrue value like Bitcoin or even gold, silver, your stores of value. This is why it's really important because they are basically inflation resistant. Now, this is showing the high end 158K to 203K for upper middle class. And then in Missouri, you've got starting at 85K to 109K. But what's crazy about this is just in 2010, the average income for for a middle class household was $74,000 nationwide. So it has basically doubled in the last 15 years. And that, I mean, if you bought Bitcoin around that time, you'd be up millions of percent. Obviously, it didn't come out in 2010, but if you waited a couple years and then did, and this is why Bitcoin's important. This is why it's important to hold on to, put a portion of something into it, and just kind of sit on it because it's a store of value that beats out inflation. And that's why you've got Robert Kiyosaki and others saying abolish the Fed, abolish fiat, get rid of fiat, don't hold it, hold Bitcoin. That's the reason why. And now we're seeing all of these companies, like we've been talking about, move towards it. And not only that, more and more are going to continue to do so because not only do we have senators pushing to eliminate tax on unrealized gains for Bitcoin and other digital assets or crypto in general, but also we have Trump that wants to abolish capital gains tax on crypto as well. Now, that would just be monumental. You would have so many companies and individuals flock back to the United States. Since crypto has came around and how harshly it was treated, a lot of people left. A lot of companies left as well. And this would cause a complete 180. A lot of different companies have been going to Dubai where there's no capital gains tax and things like that, but they would come right back here. I mean, let's be honest, the weather's a lot nicer too. But other than that, like I said, you've got Fidelity, one of the biggest financial institutions in the world, telling others to buy Bitcoin, other businesses and institutions to buy Bitcoin because nothing can match its returns and how inflation resistant it is. When the economy is doing poorly, when inflation's going high, when currencies are collapsing, Bitcoin is the flight for safety. That's where everybody is going to start going, and more people are flocking to buy as much as they possibly can before it's too late. And that's why 21 Capital, who just was announced like a week ago, they are now the third largest Bitcoin holder. Yesterday they bought 4,800 Bitcoin, and that already has made them the third largest Bitcoin holder. So that's pretty crazy. And this conglomerate is backed by some massive companies. You've got Strike, you've got Tether, and then there's, it doesn't matter. Between those two, you have so much money that is going to be able to be pumped into Bitcoin. So we're going to see more and more of this, more companies getting involved, more corporations, more countries, more states, more politicians, and ultimately more retail investors. So we're actually still early. Think about it that way. We're definitely still early. But what's causing all of this, or what this is causing, is a huge supply shock, essentially, right? It's just starting to happen. We've been saying that's going to happen for quite some time now, but it's finally starting to happen because miners can't keep up with how much demand there truly is. And they're not expected to be able to for much longer at all. And this is Coinbase's John D'Agostino saying that. So very well in tune guy, has a lot of good connections, knows who he's talking to, and able to make a pretty solid opinion based on that. But what we're seeing is this is Bitcoin corporate holdings on the left, and then on the right we have the Bitcoin supply. So new purchases are outweighing the new Bitcoin supply by over 3.3x in 2025 alone. And what that's causing is miners, it's just incredibly scarce. They have a huge demand for it. They want to hold it, but they end up selling some of it anyways to meet that demand. And what else is causing this is because they're not only buying it from the miners, they're having to buy from exchanges as well, right? We've got ETF issuers such as BlackRock that are buying from Coinbase and more. So what we're seeing is a sharp decline in exchange reserves, like basically all-time low. Exchanges are running dry. Just in the last, this year, it's fallen from 3 million to 2.4 million. So that's a lot of Bitcoin that has been removed from exchanges. We're talking 600,000 Bitcoin in the matter of 5 months. It won't be long before this supply is completely gone and there's a 100% supply shock, and the demand is just going to go sky high and nobody will be able to meet it. And lastly, one thing I do want to show off is the Bitcoin Wyckoff chart. This is Marty Party on X, and he follows the Wyckoff pattern quite a lot. And he's saying that we are entering the last phase of the Wyckoff pattern. And he thinks that if this is true and we continue to follow it, by just June 1st, so basically 2.5 weeks, Bitcoin could be 124K. That would be pretty epic. I mean, it's already had a pretty solid month. I wouldn't be too surprised if we see something absolutely crazy and mind-blowing like that. But that is about all I do have for you guys this morning. I do plan on doing another video tonight. Going to check out some Cardano stuff, maybe some Solana stuff, and hey, maybe some other stuff as well. But otherwise, appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know what you think about Bitcoin and where it's heading in the comments down below. Smash up the likes, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.